Chad Humphreys, auto mechanics instructor at Fayette County Career and Technical Institute, who was nominated and then chosen to be one of the teachers to be honored during Teacher Appreciation Week. Chad, five easy questions for you, okay?
All right.
Many people say teaching is a calling. How did this call to you? And your students call you Mr. Humphreys?
Yes,
Mr. Humphreys.
It wasn't really a calling for me. It's not like I've ever sought out to be a teacher. The opportunity arose, and I thought that might be something I'd be interested in. I thought I'd give it a try.
We're honoring you today on Teacher Appreciation Week, Teacher Appreciation Day. This is your day. But was there a teacher in your life that inspired you, something that stood out that, you know, now all these years later you reflect back on?
One teacher in particular, Mr. Wilson, when I was at my high school, he treated you like a human being. You know, he didn't treat you like a student. He treated you like you were a person. You know, I try to treat them the same way, like they're people. I don't try to treat them like they're students.
Your students know you as Mr. Humphreys, auto mechanics instructor, and they may know a little bit about you. What might your students be most surprised to know about Mr. Humphreys, though? Something that they'd go, wow.
They probably didn't know that I've always wanted kids, and that's probably half the reason I'm here, because I didn't have my own kids of my own, and I got a lot of information packed up in my head, and I wanted to be able to give it to some other ones so they can use it, because this is something they can use for the rest of their life.
So now how many kids do you have?
Now I went from having one, now I've got about 44.
You're the teacher, but what have you learned from your students? What do they teach you?
Oh, I learn from the students every day. They teach you to not let them out of your sight. That's what they teach you. No, they're all really good kids, and they all teach you something every day. Whether it's, you know, about life or about working on cars. You'll learn something every day from them, and hopefully they learn from me.
If your students could take away, speaking of that, could take away one lesson from you, what would the takeaway be from being with you, Mr. Humphreys, in this class?
Being in this class, what I want them to take away with this isn't the easiest field that they've picked to work in. It is a hard job, but it's very rewarding, you know, if you get to learn it and do your thing like you're supposed to be doing. And just fixing vehicles. I mean, I enjoy fixing things.
Well, what's great about this, too, is you, other than some kinds of jobs, you see the results. They're real and they're hard.
Absolutely, and they get to see it, what they've accomplished when they work on something. They get to see it actually fixed. It feels good to know you fixed something for something, right. Especially when you do it for somebody else.
Chad Humphreys, auto mechanics instructor at Fayette CTI. One of the people that nominated you, Chad, said this about you. I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. A student wrote him a note that said he looks forward to his class every day and that he was a father figure to him. I cried. Any idea who that nomination might have come from, Chad?
Yeah, I think I knew who that nomination come from. The only other person who knows that letter's out there, which would be my wife.
Well, let me just say, that was just a small portion of what she wrote about you. And she is, what's her first name?
Angela.
Angela is really proud of you, and your family's proud of you. And clearly your students are too, Chad.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciated that letter. I couldn't even finish that letter when that boy gave it to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even finish reading it.
Well, you said earlier that teaching, there wasn't necessarily a calling years ago, because I'm assuming you worked in the field, and this came, yeah, and then this was a decision, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. The job came open here, and I decided to try out for it. And they let me come in for about a week just to see if it was something I'd be interested in, and all the kids seemed to like me, and we all got along. I love working with the kids. I mean, working with the kids is awesome. It's amazing to see the look on their face when they finally accomplish something that's hard for a lot of people to accomplish. You'll see a lot of people who are adults bring their vehicles in here, and they drive out of here and the kids have fixed them. I mean, my hands are always dirty, but it's usually I'm letting the kids do the bulk of the work.
So this was the plan. This maybe didn't know it at the beginning.
From here on out, apparently this is the plan.
Chad, our Froggy Teacher of the Day during Teacher Appreciation Week. Congratulations. Keep inspiring these young people, and you're making a difference.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's nice to hear that. Sometimes you don't think you are, but in the end, you find out something like this happens, and you know you are.